It is election day in the WV, and we have been covering that for you. And one of the things that voters will have to decide in Wayne County is about this $42 million SBA bond levy in Wayne County to build a couple of new schools there. The SBA is also known as the School Bullying Authority. They bully local BOEs by saying this: you give us $18 million and we'll give you $18 million. You got it, kid? And we'll use it our way. We'll hire our people and we'll do with it what we want, and you ain't getting it any other way. That's a bully. It's time that the taxpayer stands up to the bully and says, no, we're tired of your Ponzi schemes. We're not doing this. By the way, it's not just that Wayne County voters would have to come up with $18 million over 15 years. They would also have to give the SBA the $6.2 million that they have. Yeah, they got $4.2 in their school system available, plus $2 million from the Qualified Zone Academy Bond Fund. That's $6.2 million. Let me see. They've got a leaky roof at Crum Elementary. They've got electrical problems, lights flickering and so forth at Crum Elementary. I understand that can be an inconvenience. That's not a good learning environment. They've got FEMA trailers at Ward Craycraft Stadium. And they have a sinkhole at the old Canova Elementary, which it's okay for seniors to live in a sinkhole-infested building, but it's not okay to put kids there. Me not understand. And in case you don't remember, it was about 3 years ago on Sinkhole de Mayo that they discovered this sinkhole, and they said, oh my goodness, we got to send the kids home, forget the school year, forget the West test, we're not doing any of this junk, we don't care. That's what then Superintendent Jeria Marple said. And so, they moved they had to act really quick. The mayor of Canova came on this program and said, we got to get these FEMA trailers before the people down in Mississippi that are affected by this flood, before they get them. And so, now it's going to cost too much to keep the FEMA trailers at Ward Craycraft Stadium, and so they need to build a new school. At least that's what they say. And they said, we don't have any options. We don't have any options. No, that's what the SBA, the School Bullying Authority, told you. You do have an option. Your option is to take $6.2 million, fill in a sinkhole at Canova Elementary, move the kids back over there. That shouldn't take all summer, so hopefully by mid-August, when you're starting school, you can get the kids back to the school. You can move the trailers off Ward Craycraft Stadium, and you can play ball. You can also take some of that $6.2 million, and you go down to Crum Elementary, and you can do some fixer-upper. That's right. DIY. Do it yourself, Wayne County. We don't need the state. We don't need the federal government. Do it yourself, Wayne County. You haven't been a good steward of taking care of the buildings. It's time you step up, man up, and take care of it. Change the light bulb, redo the wiring, put a new roof on, patch the holes, stop the leaking, the drip, 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 and stop using kids for political purposes. Please vote yes on May 13th, because I don't want to ride the bus. It's a Ponzi scheme, and they're using kids to get your money. It's time to wake up, friend. It's ridiculous, and I'm sick of it. I hope it fails. I really do. Not that I hope education fails. Education's already failing. James Ferris, the superintendent, he said, quote, we find ourselves at the bottom of just about every educational ranking available. In other words, what Jim Ferris is saying, the superintendent of West Virginia schools, he's saying our education is down the sinkhole. That's exactly what he's saying. And all the new school buildings all across West Virginia have not gotten West Virginia out of 49th and 50th of every educational category. Hadn't fixed the problem, has it? All the teacher pay raises, all the other wonderful things that they've done for education in West Virginia, where they spend more per capita than any other state, it's not fixed the problem. So what do? Well, we got to get the SBA to help us here build 2 new schools. And then, by the way, they're going to bring back the turf levy in the fall. They're not done with turf. They're going to turf. Yeah. It's going to be surf and then turf. Surf in May, turf in fall. I think I'd rather go to the beach and say, forget about it. Well, it's only going to cost you what it would cost you to go out to eat. You know, you go down to Griffith and File, order a couple of milkshakes. Just don't do that a couple of times, and then you can afford the bond levy. Oh, by the way, if we move the kids back to the original Canova Elementary, the CVS across the street would lose its liquor license. Follow the money, follow the money. Folks, it's nothing but a Ponzi scheme. I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. I'm the straight shooter, Tom Roten, and this is Election Day in the WV.